Hi, my name is Jamie Viramontes. I grew up in Moriarty, New Mexico, and I work as a part owner in a produce company called Red Mountain Produce, and that is located in Deming, New Mexico. Essentially, what we did is we pack and ship watermelons to retailers across the nation. And so that is all the way from harvest through to the distribution centers that eventually go to large retail stores. And so that means that we really have to manage how much product we need to pull from the field each day, how that product gets processed once it's in. It goes through a cleaning process. It needs to be packed in a particular order, and then ultimately it needs to be loaded in the correct way onto a truck to ship to the stores. Keeping track of everything is really difficult, and it took a lot of trial and error. I'll be honest. When we first started, we were brand new, and we had to do a lot of research. I read countless testimonials on different ways that different processors worked. I called and I researched. So I reached out to a lot of people to get their advice. But ultimately, we have to ensure that everything we do, that it's being recorded in the correct manner. And so we utilized a lot of different softwares, mostly Excel spreadsheets, to show that we followed the product coming all the way from the field through to the store. Because if we were to lose a load here and there, that's a lot of money that we could lose for our business. So I had to make sure that I have really good budgeting skills, because we have to follow a stringent budget to make sure that we're a profitable business. I have to make sure that we're following those budgets throughout the season. I have to make sure that we hire the correct number of employees, because if we have too many employees, then again, we're losing money. I have to make sure that those employees are being paid in a timely manner and that they're being paid the correct wages as well. I have to make sure that they have the correct qualifications for, like, my forklift drivers or anyone that's driving a semi truck, that they have to have the right licenses. And then I have to make sure that once that product has been packed in the boxes, that it's the correct product to be packed in. So they get packed according to size. And then make sure that we have the correct amount on the truck. So I graduated with my degree in agriculture, business, and economics in 2011. I graduated in May, and my husband and I were married in November. And I immediately started working for the family farm. So I was the main person who had to set up our food safety database for our farming operation. So I began with that. About 5 years later, we purchased a produce packing facility. And so that's where I started managing that packing facility, where we packed and shipped watermelons and pumpkins to retailers across the nation. And so again, I was involved with the food safety process in that respect, but then I also managed a crew of about 30 people each season. And I oversaw all the shipping and logistics of getting the harvested product into the facility, ensuring that it was being packed with good quality and then being shipped to the stores in a timely manner. I definitely draw from a lot of my extracurricular activities. Those taught me not just the basics of education, but also leadership skills, personal skills, interview skills. I was very active in both 4-H and FFA, and those networking and connections have really lasted. That I stayed within the state of New Mexico. I met a lot of people who actually were like my leaders and mentors, and now I work with them on more of a personal level and a business level. So it's really kind of neat to see that progress in how you can go from being someone's student to now working with them in organizing different conferences across the state. Well, my biggest piece of advice is just to not be afraid to take chances. Taking a chance on something, that might be the biggest thing. I always say, like, when I'm trying to decide on making a decision, I think about what would the worst possible outcome be. A lot of times it's just someone saying no. And is that going to hurt you? Not really. So even if you fail, you can get back up and just keep going and keep trying and keep working hard.